Y'all already know what it is. Jay Williams, Let's Live Life, and we're back. How you gonna be 65 and be a super freak? Come on, Miss Mahoney. Man, let's relive it. Now, when you think about guards, you probably think about what you see on TV. You probably relate to 60 Days In, or you relate to this show or that show. Remember now, these are shows. These are showing the guards come in. They're showing them top flight security of the world, Craig. They're showing you all this stuff that they want you to see. They're not showing you what really goes on. They're not telling you that to get this job as correctional officer, all that's required is you don't have no criminal history and that you have a GED. You don't have to be a high school graduate. You ain't got to have no special type of training. They're going to give it to you at the academy. You could be shaped like a sandwich bag full of jelly, and they'll give you a job. They don't care. They just want to fill the slot and put somebody in there to watch over these guys, do this job, watch these cameras, hand out request forms, walk around, and be a CO. In doing that, you're going to get all types of COs. You're going to get these gung-ho, I couldn't make it as a cop in the real world, so I went and I became a CO. You're going to get the guys that got picked on in high school, that everybody bullied. Now they're a CO. They got authority over your life. They make your life miserable. You're going to get street dudes, street girls, women that live a street life, but then just come in here and this is a job. You're going to get old people. When I mean old, older people that might have been working at a gas station for 20 years or doing odd and end jobs their whole life, and this position comes open in this penitentiary and they go get this job. We've seen a lot of that. You had your guards that were about shaking people down, shaking cells down. You had your guards that would walk around sniffing their air, seeing if they could smell anything out the ordinary so they could run up in somebody's cell. You had your nut grabbers that when they shook you down, this is another grown man that just had to reach up and grab your balls to see if you had something hiding there, like I got a knife strapped to my nuts, right? But then you got your COs, man, that aren't making much money. Got a lot of bills, got kids, got grandkids, car notes, house notes, and this little job ain't cutting it. So with these guys being locked up, a lot of these boys got money. They dope boys. They got connections to they might be locked up, but it ain't nothing for them to jump on a cell phone or write a letter home and say, hey, you still plugged in? Can you still get your hand on dope? Still get your hands on coke and weed and stuff? And if you can get the right CO, hey, you can get it brought in. A lot of COs, they tell them when they train them, man, watch these guys now. They're going to try to get you to bring this stuff in. Don't do it. They're going to try to get you to do sexual favors. Don't do it. They're all convicts. Remember now, they're all in here for doing something wrong. They're shady. They're shiesty. They're con men. We're not all con men, but you got some dudes in there that got the gift of gab. Some dudes in there that could sell snow to a snowman. You know what I mean? Like, you got some dudes in there that can talk that talk. So every now and then you're going to get you a CO that's going to need that extra amount of money, that's willing to take that risk, that knows the ins and outs of coming in the institution, that feels safe about bringing things in, that's going to take that risk to get that extra money. Your people are going to meet up with them on the streets certain times of the week, give them the pack to bring to you, and your people are also going to break them off their money right then and there. Whatever the agreed upon amount for them to bring it in is going to be given to them with the drugs. Now, don't think I'm snitching. Don't think I'm dry snitching. Because if there's any penitentiary, any state, any jail in America that ain't already on to this or don't know about it, please let me know which one it is. Because they've all been torn off a million times. We got dudes up at Greensville at the time, man, that are really touching work, man. I mean, they're touching work like they were out on the block. Raw dope, raw coke, crack, you name it. Everything is coming in. The phones are coming in. There's cash money floating around. There's, weed is just a common thing, man. You can get weed all day long. I met dudes that went in there and did dope for the first time in prison, had full-blown heroin, habits in prison and left out of prison dope sick. Had to go find dope upon leaving prison because they just left the only place they'd ever done dope and the only place they knew to get dope. Today we're going to talk about Miss Mahoney, like I told you, and these two dudes, man, Mrjay and Project, brothers from here in Richmond. Mrjay and Project was doing their thing, man. And when I mean they were doing their thing, Mrjay's this little small, skinny black dude with golds. Project's his bigger brother. He's stocky. He's got golds. Both of them heavily tatted. Now, everybody knew Mrjay and Project had that work. Everybody knew that Mrjay had a phone. And him and Project, they were brothers now, they're cellies. Everybody knew they had this phone, you know. Like I said, nothing that happens in prison is really a secret. Because if you tell your homeboy, he's going to tell his homeboy, he's going to tell his homeboy. Now everybody knows. Mrjay and Project are getting it when it comes to the dope game. They're selling their heroin 99 miles an hour. People are strung out. People are shooting dope, snorting dope. You got to do smoking dope, chasing the dragon, like it's going down. We can't figure out. We knew that they were getting it through the visitation room. And this is kind of like with Casper and the other store with Casper, but they've got too much, man. They're selling too much to just be getting it through the visitation room. When you can support 30, 40 people's full-blown heroin habit all week long, and, you know, they're doing a half a gram a day, you didn't bring that back from the visitation room. That's too many grams. So like I said, everybody knows Mrjay and Project go over there. Their baby mamas are bringing them up to drugs. They're bringing them back. But we just can't figure out where the hell are these dudes getting the rest of these drugs from. There's got to be a guard in on it. Me and my celly talked about it. I said, yo, we ain't got no guards on this shift right now that's even about that life. I said, we don't. We got Miss Robinson. We got Miss Mahoney. We got Sergeant Stiff, Sergeant Whitfield. We got Golden. We got all these different guards. Ain't none of them bringing that pack in. That's guaranteed, man. These are, you know, these are top flight guards, man. These dudes are serious, like, you know. So Mrjay and Project, they keep doing their thing. And then they get tore off in the visitation room, getting the pack. Somebody done told on them. Somebody dropped a kite. Somebody got jealous. Somebody owed them some money. Something happened. And they decided, hey, we got to get these guys gone, man. We can't pay for this dope or whatever it may be. We got to tell on them. Make sure they get tore off. Now we don't owe them. Hey, everything's good, right? I watch them when they come in. And their cell was located right next to this ice machine in the front of the pod. My ice machine makes ice throughout the day, pretty much stays full. You can walk up there, get the scoop, put your ice in your cup, and get some water. They shake their cell down. They find different stuff. The investigators come in, and the investigators are a different set of guards. All they do is investigate. They try to push street charges on people. They're in there for hours going through these dudes' mails, going through every single thing they own, opening commissary, toothpaste, shampoo bottles. They're searching, trying to get all the paraphernalia, everything they can. They done caught them with heroin in the visiting room. They take them up out of there. We knew that was going on, but who is this guard? It's got to be a female, because we're narrowing it down to who it can be. And we all, you know, me and my homeboys, we start to agree. It's got to be Miss Mahoney, man. Miss Mahoney is maybe, she's over 60 years old, man. If not, she's right at 60. Miss Mahoney's got a beer gut. She has her shirt tucked in. Her shirt hangs over the front of her belt. She's shaped like a old tow truck driver. You know what I mean? The guy that gets out that's just breathing heavy when he gets out the truck, breathing heavy when he gets back in. He's got to pull his pants up. She's constantly walking around pulling her pants up because she ain't got no ass. She's got a big ass belly. If her ass looked like her belly, she'd have been on fleek. Ice machine breaks down one day. I told y'all it always ends bad. I'm in there working maintenance. I'm working on the ice machine. I pull the cover off, and when I do, the cell phone falls out the back. My boss is standing there. My boss is a maintenance man. He comes from the outside world. He wears green. He doesn't wear a CO uniform. He's not a CO. He has a radio because they have to radio him and tell him where our jobs are and stuff. He's standing there, and before I can do anything, the dude that's now in the cell, reaches down and picks up the phone, and I look at him and I shake his head like, no, trying to play it off like I knew that was there. Dude grabs the phone, goes in the cell. My other homeboy that worked maintenance with me works on the ice machine. My boss, Ken, is standing there. I step up in the cell and I say, yo, homeboy, you can't snatch the phone up. I knew that was there. He was like, nah, this Merkin Project's phone. And this dude was Merkin Project's homeboy. Like, he rocked with them dudes real tough. And he knew right away. He was like, nah, that's Merkin Project's phone, man. He said, I've been told it was an ice machine. I just didn't know where it was. I've been searching for it. You could lift the back corner up, and they had put it inside of a baggie and let the corner down, and it was hanging inside the ice machine, but you couldn't see it because it was up in there where the motors were. So I know dude's not trying to carry me. I ain't got no right to try to take Merkin Project's phone, you know what I mean? When that's their homeboy, he's 100% right. I believe the fact that he's been looking for that phone. He knew that phone was there. That's his homeboy's shit. I'm not about to go to war with nobody behind no phone. That's not mine. When we've got access to phones, my homeboys got a phone. Wasn't long after that, I got my hands on a phone. Dude is a hot boy. When I mean he's a hot boy, man, everything he does is hot. If he sells some weed or something, some cigarettes or something, he wants to be known about it. You know what I mean? He's got his grills in, how he got through the system and still had grills. I guess he convinced them they were golds and they were permanents, but they believed him. Dude starts telling everybody, man, y'all not going to believe what's on this phone. And like I told you, you tell one person, he tells one person, not everybody knows. Next thing we know, we come to find out there's videos on this phone of Merk pretty much fucking Miss Mahoney, getting domed up by Miss Mahoney. Merk would have Miss Mahoney come in the cell and everybody would go to wreck. And there was another guard in the booth not really paying attention. And Merk would prop the phone up down beside the bunk, turn the camera on where she couldn't see it, throw some little stuff down there, some commissary stuff, have the phone propped up out of view. She would come in there, break the pack off. He would smash, run up in them guts, getting domed from her, all that. And there's a whole pile of videos in this phone of Miss Mahoney doming him up and him just hitting her from the back, got her on the bunk, spread eagle. This dude is letting other dudes see this. This is how crazy it is. Everybody knows who Merk is. Dudes are paying this dude to rent this phone. Not to rent it to use it, to rent it to watch the video. Because it's pretty much porn. You know what I mean? A lot of these dudes ain't seen nothing like that or been involved in nothing like that in 20, 25 years, 10 years, 15 years. I'm not trying to see Merk. I'm not trying to see Merk's dick. I'm not trying to see none of that, but you got some weird dudes in prison, right? Man, we got a dude that this dude, he rented, the hot boy, he rented this phone out to this dude. So this dude takes the phone in his cell. He's watching the video, and we call masturbation getting money. So he's in there getting money, doing his thing. Guard comes by, pushes the thing. You put a pillow in the door to block the slot, and the rest of the door is metal. But the pillow fits perfectly in the door so that you can't see it. The guard says, hey, can I have a pillow in the door? Pushes the pillow, looks in, and sees this dude getting money with the phone sitting there propped up on the counter. Dude scrambles real quick, takes the phone, cracks the phone in half, throws it in the toilet, tries to flush it, but the phone, it won't go down the way the toilet's set up, it wouldn't go down. The guard gets the door, pops, reaches in, grabs the phone out the toilet, puts it in his pocket, turns this dude around, handcuffs him, takes him up out of there. Well, he's thinking, I broke the phone got wet, ain't nothing they can do with it. You know what I mean? They can't get none of the numbers out of it, can't get none of the videos out of it. No, sir. For all y'all to think if you delete a video or you lose a phone or, break the phone that it's done with, no, it's not. These phone techs, these investigators, they take this phone and they link it somehow to a computer or something and they get all the videos off of it. Sitting in the pod one day and Miss Mahoney is doing rounds. She's walking through the pod with her funny built self, man, her old self. And they come on in. And when I mean they come in, sergeant, lieutenant, they come in the control booth. They call Miss Mahoney off the floor. They put another officer in the control booth. This is the officer now that was in the control booth at the time, had been watching Miss Mahoney go in the cell with Merk and them. They pull her up on the third floor with the investigators, question her about it. Oh, she lies. She lies quick. How you think? I'm not. No. I'm a good officer. I wouldn't do nothing like that. I wouldn't bring no drugs in. Sexual relations. You think I'd have? I'm an old woman. You think I'd be having sexual relations with one of these men here? Man, she was a super freak. Everybody had heard about Miss Mahoney, right? They show her the videos. The videos of her bringing stuff in, her dropping her pants right there in the cell, reaching up in there, pulling the pack out, giving it to Mrk. They show her videos of her doming Mrk up. Show her videos of her pretty much porno style, laid out on the bed, bent over in the middle of the cell. They show her all that. And they walk her ass right up out of there in handcuffs. She goes to jail for bringing the drugs in and loses her job. Now she got to go home and explain to her grandchildren and her children, her husband, why she went to jail and how she got tore off in prison having sex with little Mrk. Little Mrk, man. Crazy, crazy times. You see these guards, and like I said, it ain't nothing like TV. You would never expect that. Miss Mahoney has shook my cell down many times. She has shook me down many times. She had reached up and grabbed the balls many times while shaking me down. I never suspected that. But it just goes to show you, you never know. You never know what somebody's doing or what somebody's capable of or what somebody will do in the name of money. Was Mrk pimping her? Was he paying her? Was she a trick? Was he a John? I don't know. Did he give her money for sex? I don't know. I know she was getting paid to bring them drugs in. But after seeing things like, like them situations, it's hard really to be shocked. I want to do a video on some of the most shocking things I've seen in prison, but I'm not sure YouTube's going to monetize it because it's so graphic, but I'm going to do it anyway. But yeah, that's the story of old Miss Mahoney, man. Miss Mahoney was, no offense to anybody, damn near a senior citizen. I was in there getting her cheeks clapped, getting the pound game, giving up the sloppy toppy, the head, the dome, to somebody that was half her size. All in the name of money, man. It's a crazy world we live in. But y'all know, man, I'm just trying to keep y'all entertained. Are you not entertained? But y'all know what it is, man. It's Jay Williams, Let's Live Life. And to all my real ones, and there are some real ones watching, because y'all still watching me. Y'all know how we do. Salute. She's a super freak. Super freak. She's super freaky.